Alright, welcome guys, welcome. We're going to be playing some Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector with the Black Legion DLC. I've got a game that I've sort of now on the last stage of a campaign with this, where I've been playing a little bit just for myself because I enjoy this game a lot, and also on the Slytherin channel as well. But I thought I'd actually play a little bit here as well, just to sort of share the love, because this is a fantastic game. Battlesector itself is a great game anyway, but it's I don't want to say it's great because there's actually there are a lot of things that they are improving, and so it's one of these things where the game is getting better and better and better all the time. The base game as well as the different DLCs. So there's a whole range of different stuff now you can actually get in the game with different DLCs, with the different factions, the Warhammer factions, and they add different things to the actual to the game itself. I think I might just do a bit of an expose on the actual game, and then we'll get into what we're going to be playing. But the game comes with, depending on the actually, where can we show the various armies? So the army management, and back and through here, you've got like different sorts of armies you can have. If I go and create a new army, these are the various factions in the game. Now, a lot of these, the Blood Angels and the Tyranids, are the two base that you get in the base game, and then the others that come through DLC. So there's a fair few DLC that you can actually then go and get through the actual game itself. So the original game, I think the license they only had was for these two. But anyway, Necrons, then add the Necrons. I love the Necrons in any of the Warhammer games, just really enjoy playing as them. Adepta Sororitas then came in as well. So these are the Sisters of Battle. Then you had the Chaos Demons came in as well, the Orcs, which I didn't really enjoy that one much, but a lot of people really rate that one pretty highly, I think, from what I can remember. It's not one that I've really thoroughly enjoyed, and I think it was just because they're sort of, like, it was too easy to lose your units when you play as the Orcs, and when you're playing campaigns, you've really got to look after your actual units to try not to have too many of them destroyed, unless they're sort of low level, which I guess technically the Orcs are a low level type. They focus on low level units. Tau was brought in as well. Astra Militarum, which I absolutely love this DLC. This is one where the rating of the actual DLC was lowish, but I really enjoyed playing as the Astra Militarum. That was possibly, if I was trying to rate my favourites, Black Legion is now the new one which we're going to be playing. That's definitely my favourite faction now. It's sort of, I really am enjoying this a hell of a lot. But so I put that one as number one for me. Number two, I'd probably still put the Necrons. Number three, Astra Militarum. Number four, these are sort of all within cooey of each other, but the Blood Angels, like the Space Marines, Adepta Sororitas, would be on about the same level. I enjoyed both of those, and then really, in the Tau was fun as well. For me, probably the weaker of the factions were the Tyranids, the Chaos Demons, and the Orcs. I didn't really warm to those three factions. Anyway, they're the different factions in the game. You can get them through the different DLC. Again, depending on what you like. I know that a lot of people absolutely love playing as a Tau in this game, and that's each to their own, I guess. So Mr. Firefox is saying Astra Militarum got really nice updates, and I think a lot of reviews came around to them. Oh, okay. I didn't realise that actually, that the reviews had changed, because I was surprised at just how fun they were right from the launch. I haven't played them for a little while. I've been playing Black Legion now for a while. But Black Legion I really do love playing this faction. Anyway, let's go and cancel that one. So this is actually where you create armies, which we'll sort of go through this in a little bit when we get into the actual game that we're playing. Just go and click on done. Just go back out. So some of the actual games came with their own pre-built campaigns, which I know that a lot of people actually prefer to play that way. I don't. I like to have more sort of like random content, procedural content. So the Age of Crimson Dawn was the campaign that really was just the original, where it actually had the Blood Angels. You couldn't play as the Tyranids, you could only play as the Blood Angels, so you actually then had the Blood Angels versus the Tyranids. The Tyranids were a good early entry, a good faction to bring in, because they didn't have to there was not much really nuance, I guess, to the way that they had to play, because they were just, they were literally just, insectoid type faction that was just hell bent on destruction. We just go back out again. Then we had Deeds of the Fallen. So this is actually the Adeptus Sororitas. This is an actual full campaign playing as them as well. So you've got those now. I don't know, they've got showing the orcs in here, but I'm not sure if they were actually in there. I don't ever play these, to be honest. Another campaign that we have is Demonic Incursion. This is actually where the I think it's just waves of the demons essentially coming up against, and you then choose which faction you're going to be playing, except for the demons. So whichever faction you actually have, you can then go and choose these to then actually just go up against waves and waves of chaos. Which I didn't really enjoy that one all that much. That one's one where you do actually build up a force. Planetary Supremacy is sort of like the default campaign in the game. It still needs a lot of work. It really when it launched, it was really like, it was almost just a proof of concept. It really just wasn't fleshed out, and it's slowly getting a bit of attention. But it's sort of annoying because it's only ever 3 factions you can play against. And you can see through here your faction and then the enemy factions back through here. It's sort of got a lot of promise, but just doesn't quite hit the mark just yet. Hi Cygnus, how you going? Saying thank you very much for the subscription. That's very much appreciated. So Mr. Firefox is saying I love their infantry play and command radii stuff. Super fun. It's sort of this is, you're talking about the Astra Militarum. They are I really enjoyed them. I enjoyed that you had to really think through how you approach the battle with your different forces, and to a lesser extent the Black Legion has got a little bit of that, but not to the same extent of Astra Militarum. Astra Militarum was very much a faction that you needed to have a really good balance in your actual in the actual force that you brought into the actual game itself. Anyway, Planetary Supremacy was sort of where the random campaign was being built, which still works. It's just not fantastic. So I don't rate that. Still don't rate that way of playing it very highly. But this is actually where the focus was originally. And then we go back out to new campaign, and then we've got Crusade preview. This is actually the one that we're playing. This is now where the main focus for the procedurally generated campaigns actually come from, where you essentially go into a wars. You've got a couple of different war zones. Hopefully they'll add more different planet types into the actual game itself, and then you've got again all the different factions you can then go and play as, to see how you go in, like when you actually do go into and try to take over 3 different planets is what you need to do. Hi Beacon, how you going? So this one is what we're going to be playing. So we're sort of like towards the back end of a campaign there. Actually, one thing that's interesting about that is because I was going to increase the difficulty, but I can't actually choose Lieutenant, which is that's the difficulty level that I prefer to be playing at. But you have to finish off a campaign, like complete a crusade. I haven't actually finished one. I always start them but never finish them. So anyway, that's I'm going to be making sure I finish this particular campaign. So as I said before, I've been playing this one in both my I've been playing it just for myself, but also just on the Slytherin channel. But I'll get a little bit further along today. So that's what we're going to be doing. You also have a skirmish mode where you can actually just go in. Oh, hang on, I should have done that. It does take a long time to load the art assets. So here we go. Where you basically just go and either replay campaign missions, or you've got your army management. So again, it's sort of one of these things where you need to have played the campaigns, and I just don't. I just don't, as in the actual pre-built ones. So I probably won't have any really. I'll have a few unlocked, but not very many in terms of the actual missions. Multiplayer you can play as well, which is cool. You've got the tutorial just going through the mechanics of the game. So I'll sort of try to explain a little bit how that works when we get into it, and army management back through there. This is actually where you can design your own faction. The game does come with different preset builds, which is pretty cool. User creations back through here as well, so you can actually go and get user content from Steam Workshop. I think it's Steam Workshop that they use for that one. Let's have a quick look and see if I go and click on that one. Custom maps, custom campaigns. So that's all we've really got. I won't worry about opening those. You've got options and media browser there as well. The game does have like a way of taking screen grabs that are fairly dynamic. Anyway, let's just go into loading our game. I can then sort of talk about what we're playing as. So this is actually the one that I've got at the moment. Just playing just a couple of days ago, but only on the Slytherin channel. Hi Sick, how are you going? So this is where we are. We're now in the third planet. So this is planet in Warzone Baal, planet 3 of 3. We're playing as the well, the Adeptus Sororitas are already here. So we have to now choose a way into the planet, and we're dropping. So previously when I've been playing, I've played through the first 2 planets. This is now the last planet, where the enemy numbers are going to be they're going to be a lot higher than what they have been in the past. And so we have sort of like entry-level battles like in the actual planets themselves, and then we extend through the actual planet. We need to choose our path through to eventually then have like a boss battle at the back end through here. And you can see there the points, like 2400, 2450 is essentially these boss battles, whichever one we go with. There'll be some sort of like a really advanced unit that we actually need to get through there. Hi Tenru, how are you going? Each of the other battles, you can see there, this is a forest clearing, that one's Imperial Ruins. There's an exchange there, which sort of like is a bit of a bonus, but we'll get to that in just a minute, hopefully. Well, not a minute, an hour or two, because we have to get through this first. Forest clearings in through here, but each of the actual, so we've either got Imperial Ruins or forest in this particular planet. So the other planets that we had, for example, we had like a more of a desert planet. I think one of them was more of an industrial type planet. Anyway, that's sort of where we are. So we're going to be hitting a forest initially, where we've got different things we can do. Now, eliminate all enemies means we just have to kill everyone on the actual map, or up to a certain point number, I think. This one here is a siege, where we need to sort of take over, or we need to, I think either we get sieged or they siege us. I can't remember which way it works. We might play that one, actually. And then this one here is conquer, where we have to conquer different territories on the map. What else have we got? We've got season control. These are ones where we need to, again, sort of, it's a bit similar to conquer. Siege, I think we actually are being assaulted, and and this one here, conqueror, I think we have to then go and besiege them. I can't remember exactly how these actually work. It's funny because I do play it like a reasonable amount. I don't know why, I can't remember. Strategic command back and through here again as well. Again, we're just taking over different locations of the map. Season control back and through there as well. So we've got 2 season control. So we want to sort of choose what our next one will be. Then we have strategic command, siege, and forest. So that's eliminate all enemies there. Eliminate all enemies, I find to be the easiest, because you can just turtle up and just defend a location. The other ones you have to go out and actually hunt them down. Domination, another type of victory. Conqueror and strategic command there. Now that's all strategic command all the way through there, so I'll avoid that one there. We'll go from siege through to season control. Siege, eliminate all enemies. That's not really all that interesting either, is it? Strategic command. Yeah, we can do it that way, I guess. No, it gives me 2 strategic commands. Just wanted to show different ones. We go this one here, season control, conqueror. Let's go this way. Let's start down in here. And so what we end up sort of seeing with this is that we're going to have to come in. So the Adeptus Sororitas are now, it's sort of random which one they use to defend the planet with. And in this case, we're going up against the Adeptus Sororitas. In the first planet, we were also going up against them as well when I was sort of playing this. So what we have is we've got we've got requisitions down through here, which is how we then build up our army. And we also then have, these are tech tree tokens to unlock the tech tree as we sort of play through the campaign. It works very, very well. I've got zone modifier, so +1 melee armor piercing. So this is sort of something that's going to happen in the actual zone that we're in. And enemy boost, they're going to get +1 armor piercing and +10 evasion. So that's what they get on top of their actual point system as well. So they have a bit of an advantage, even though we may have more points than them a little bit. So they've got 1650 is the actual point that they have on this first actual map. Down through here, talking about these requisitions and tech tree tokens, the HQ upgrade is where we actually get the tech tree tokens. Now I've got 2 of them to spend. You can see I've got, I could grab this guy if I wanted to. I've got 2 to spend in through there if I needed to. I'm actually not getting the cultists. I'm not bothering with them because they're just they're cheap, which is good, but they're also not very strong. So we've got a whole range of different units. So we've got the Chaos Sorcerer, which I've decked out fully. The Chaos Lord, which I haven't quite decked out fully yet. There's a 3 there. If I go to the next screen, we've got Legionaries, which we've actually got all of their componentry. The Chaos Terminators, we've got them decked out as well. We're wanting to bring more of those across. The Raptors have not got the Terrifying Assault yet, and that's worth 4 of these points. So you have to sort of choose your way through. Chosen, I'm not going to be playing with. I find them a bit over. They're too expensive for what they provide. They're not great. We've got things like plasma pistols and stuff, and then we've finally got things like the clay. I didn't bother with the Venom Crawler for them, so I haven't bothered investing in those, but I have invested in the Chaos Rhino, but I'm not really using it much. So the Hell Brute is an important one. Thinking about grabbing one of these for the actual, these tier 4 ones for the Hell Brute. The Hell Brute is a pretty cool one. Actually, Frenzy down there as well. That's worth 5. Anyway, we'll sort of see where we go, but I'm not going to be. There's nothing really that I want to be spending any of this on. Some of these we have to then go and make sure that we end up, getting this, for example, before we do anything else. So we'll just go and click on Done. The army management, we'll just have a quick look at that one through there. So the game is played on a points system, as you can sort of see down through here. We've got 18. We're going in with 1850 is our maximum. So I'm still a little way off with what I can then go and position in this particular one. I think I've upgraded everything as much as I can with the actual unit that we have. So if you purchase a unit using your requisitions back over here, it will then become it'll come into this first screen. I can have up to 30 team members. I've only got 12 at this point in time, and then I can actually put the ones I'm not using back into the reserves. So these are the ones that I'm actually not using. It's so you can see I've got I actually ended up with a whole lot of Chaos Cultists, which I don't need. So I don't know if I can actually remove them. Yeah, I can sell a unit if I don't want it. I'll still just keep it there, but it's sort of it's not a unit that I really need. So we've only got 35 left to spend. If we just go back to the actual group we're going in with, one Chaos Lord in through here, which is a leader. Now I can actually go and I can choose which way I go. So this is sort of like, again, where the game actually really does shine. Like as you unlock different types of weaponry, you can then sort of apply it. So the Accursed Maul is something that does a lot of damage to a single unit. So it does 75 to 100 melee. It's only got 1 attack. This one here, though, does a bit less, but does more splash damage. So I'm using the Accursed Chain Axe. And if I go and you can see the chainsaw sort of going through there. If I go and change the weapon, that's him with the Accursed Maul. But I'm going this way. If I was going up against sort of like predominantly largest units, maybe like against a tower or something, it may be better to go this way. But I don't get as much splash damage as what I do from the Accursed Chain Axe, which is just going to do more damage, particularly to sort of like smaller units. So that's something to sort of take into account. The Chaos Sorcerer, this is sort of like your starting unit that you sort of end up coming in with the Black Legion and with the Chaos Marines. And so they've got Infernal Gaze, which there's a cooldown of 2, so every 3 turns you can use this to blast something. This is incredibly good with splash damage. And so it's sort of this can rip apart small units very, very effectively. It also has this as well, the Gift of Chaos, which is something we can apply every single turn, basically. So this is actually something that we do want to be making good use of. I always forget to start off by doing that on the first turn. And the Gift of Chaos gives random benefits to different units. So you want to be buffing up your your more powerful units, I guess. Then I've got two of the Chaos Terminators. These are sort of like the elite sort of Chaos Marines that come in with the game. And again, I've got a couple of different choices. So I've got the Combi Flamer in through there, or the Combi Plasma. The Flamer is a much more low. They'd probably be good against Tyranids, for example, but they're not going to be great against the Adeptus Sororitas. So we're going to be going in with the Combi Plasma as the weapon of choice. They've all got different abilities as well. Like this has got Warp Translocation, which we just unlocked. So teleports a unit up to 8 tiles. So target location must be within visual range and cannot be within two tiles of an enemy. So after teleporting, this unit will receive teleported. So anyway, we've got then minus 25% melee damage. So we can actually go and bring this one in. We have to be a bit careful with the when we actually go and do this one. But that's something we can use to potentially get out of a problem, or into a problem, whichever way we want to go. We do have the Power Fist, and we also then have the Bolt Gun. So we've got different weaponry we can then sort of make use of with this one through here as well. This one is, the Bolt Gun doesn't do a hell of a lot of damage. Only got 2 armor piercing. I'll talk about that when we get into the game. This one has got 5 armor piercing with... sort of better ballistic damage. There's only 3 units in the group, but they're quite powerful. So we've got 2 of those. This one here has been set to the Combi Flamer. I might throw that one back to the Cosmic Plasma as well. So you'll sort of see there'll be a change. That's the Flamer there. That's the Plasma. So they'll sort of end up sort of wearing what they've got. Then we've got these guys. I've put all of these across to the missiles, which so I've got there's 2 different flavors. We've got the Havocs, which have just got the heavy bolter, or the Havocs which come in with the actual missile launcher. So I've got this as a missile launcher. I've got this one also as a missile launcher. So we'll just keep both of those as missile launcher groups. See the missiles in the top there, sort of loading into the actual launcher itself. Then we've got 2 Raptors. These are great for sort of scouting. These have got jump packs. So they've got like a jump pack down through here. So affects the casting unit, so +2 movement, but also it ignores terrain. So these can sort of very quickly get into position where they can sort of jump into action. They're not very, very strong, but they do the job. And again, we've got 2 different types of weapons here. Bolt pistol, or for 15, we've got the plasma pistol, which again does a bit more armor piercing, which can be important. Having said that, these are not that important to me. So these cost 15 extra to get those, and I think I've put both of those with those on there. So that's another 30. So that gives me 35. That's 65. If I've got something worth 65, I've got 85 there with that unit there. I don't really want to go to the cultists, but I could go and by removing or bringing these down, I could certainly get myself another cultist, which I don't really need, I don't think, in the actual fight. These are my the next one that we're going to be looking at are the legionaries, which are only a ranged weapon. They've only got ranged weaponry, so they don't actually do melee, but they do still fire pretty well. They're handy to have around, and so we've sort of boosted these ones right up. And so in this case, they've just got bolt guns, only armor piercing of 2, but they do a good job. They also have the different grenades, the frag grenade and the crack grenade, which has got a bit of a cooldown there, like of 2, but there's also ammunition. They can only do 2 of these during the course of the actual combat. But these are good. So we've got we've got 4 of these units that I've got in there. Now it would be cool to get them, but I really haven't sort of boosted any of the others. There's no other money spent anywhere other than with this one here. So I might as well just leave it the way it is, I think. So I'm sort of happy enough, even though we're not really extending all the way up. So we're sort of in through there as well. So hi, Sia Furia. Good afternoon to you. It's good morning for me. And TMIR is then saying, I love putting cultists around venom crawlers so that they do get the meat shield thing the venom crawler charges up. Yeah, I'm not using either one of those. I haven't gone down that route. I've gone just purely with the more the Chaos Marine route in this particular playthrough. So I haven't unlocked the venom crawler or anything like that. Anyway, let's go and and get into it. So that's actually now, that's the army that we've got. So we're going to go into this one through here. And you can see down through here, we've got a little bit of an advantage, but they do have an advantage with their armor piercing and evasion. So they've got like a little bit of an enemy boost, and we have our actual stack then coming in. So let's just go and proceed. So this one here, if we do clear this one out, we get 7 HQ take-ons, which is going to be good actually. And then we've got requisition reward there of 260, which would then go into here. Top Sneasel saying, yeah, there we go. I think we'll get rid of you. If I can do that one. Hang on, just bear with me, guys. Just need to ban this person. There we go. Done. We don't like spammers. Always got to be careful that, like, if someone ever did a joke about buying views, I probably would just ban them without even really realizing it was a joke. So I always think, oh, I better double check that. Anyway, that's all done. So we've got 8 different units in through here. Now we're playing the Conqueror one, where we need to then go and pick up a different area. If I sort of zoom in and have a bit of a look around, there's only one zone in the middle, and so this is actually what we're going to be fighting over. So we've got the forest in around us. You can sort of see, you can see it back in with what we're doing. This is the area that we're going to have to go and control, and we need to actually have. This is a very exposed area. So all we need to do is we need to get as many units in here as we possibly can. Now I've got the Legionaries, the Raptors, the Havocs. Now the Havocs are my these are my sort of like my like the artillery almost. So I'm going to position them in behind. The Chaos Terminators, I want them to sort of come in this possibly the second wave. Chaos Sorcerer, I'll move into the back as well. Chaos Lord, I'll probably move that one in until we have like a fight that we need to then go and do. Legionaries again, I'll just move them over. Raptors, these are again the jump packs. Probably want to wait until we've actually got a reason to use them. They're just a bit squishy. The Terminators again, we've got both of those. The Havocs, move them into the second rung. And we'll sort of try to set them up so that they can actually then provide fire support from back in here. So they don't need to go into the front rung. Legionaries, I'll have the Legionaries run forward. They may not reach exactly where they need to go. And Legionaries there as well. I'll get the Raptors on the other side initially. So I've got Legionaries there. I'll get Raptors out of there. Legionaries, I'll just move them across into that front rung. So I'll have the Legionaries sort of run into the actual combat zone itself, and I'll keep the Chaos Terminators sort of coming in from the other side. Now the Chaos Lord, I want these fairly sort of central, and I want the Sorcerer fairly central as well. So let's just go with this one here. That's going to be our army going into this particular. All we have to do is control this, and then try to get as much attrition as we can against the enemy. So just to try to remove their firepower without losing units will be the name of the game. Now where's my Hellbrute? Hang on, I didn't get a Hellbrute. Hang on, we lost our Hellbrute in the last fight. That's why we don't have. That's why I've got all the numbers were off. I'm gonna have to go back out. Sorry, guys. Main menu, confirm. We'll come back in and play this one in just a minute. I'll need to. Hi, Heart of Mithril. How you going? And Thorn Nelman saying, "Hi, Daz. Let's play some Emperor of the Fading Sun soon." I haven't played that for a while, actually. It's sort of it's an interesting game. I've had so many games that I've had to do, not had to play, but I've had commissions for. So I've sort of been. I'm starting to now get to the end of that stretch, like with the all the different sales that have been on and stuff like that. So maybe I'll get a chance to play it, but I've still got a hell of a lot of games that I've got queued up. And I tend to. With these sorts of days, I'm just going back to games that I enjoy playing. Just going to go back into load game again. So we'll just go back in and load this first one here. Load. So back in here. Just want to go to army management. So the one thing I didn't get, I did have originally a Hellbrute. And so I'm just going to go and grab one of these guys as well. And so these come in a couple of different flavors. They've got the multi-melter or the heavy bolter. I'm sort of happy with either one of them, but I do definitely want to have one of these in the army. So I'm just going to go and throw them in. That one's now gone into there. And we're now at 2,000. So we're now too far over. I'm just going to remove one of these, and we're still over. Let's go back to the Raptors, make them the lower level. We're still over. Damn. Still over by how much? Only by a small amount. I don't want to get rid of another one of these, but I think I'm going to have to. Yeah, that gives me 50. If I kept in the reserves one more of those in there. I do have another of the Chosen there as well. These are 125. If I replaced another legionary, if I just go back into the reserves again, if I ditched the legionary but then got myself another of the, what have we got there, the Chaos Terminators. Now that's too much again. The Chosen just aren't that great, to be honest. I find that they sort of end up being killed a little bit too easily. And I don't want another Raptor. I find that the Legionaries, in fact, what I might do is I might ditch one of the Raptors, which I don't really want to do, and just get myself back Legionary. And another one. You know, we're 15 over. Let's go back and have another look. So what can we do here? Don't have anything I can do there. Don't have anything I can do there. There's no extra cost. Oh, yes, there is. We'll go that way. That way we're right on the limits. So one of these guys is going to have the heavy bolter, and the other one is going to be is going to have the actual the Havocs back in through there. Now that's, if I got rid of that one, 85. It's still well, that's, yeah, no, it's still not going to quite get there. We're right on the limits here, but I would prefer to have another Havoc that I could bring back in. But that sort of gets me where I need to be with the different units. We're right on the limits there, so let's just go and leave that one where that is. So I lost the big guy in the last fight. So we'll now go in and do it. So this is the Conqueror. So we'll just go proceed. It'll be another randomly generated map. So TMI isn't saying the Chosen really need the Rhino to get dropped in the back line. Yeah, there's just, I find that they end up being targeted, and they end up, you end up losing them a lot without doing as much damage. Oh, this is the same map. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll bring this across. We've got the Raptors there. We'll move that one back. Probably keep that one back there. I will actually move the Hellbrute up. Move the Chaos Sorcerer in behind. Chaos Terminators, I'll move them off to the flank. We'll just go in with Legionaries. The Havocs, second rung. Legionaries there. We need one more, so just bring the Chaos Lord back across. Legionaries. Yeah, with the Havocs there again as well. That's the heavy bolter one. This is the missile launcher. So I'll go with the heavy bolter there. And then we've just got the two Terminator units back over this other side. And I'll keep those Havocs on that side there. Might bring the Chaos Lord into the middle there again as well. Or maybe this. Do it this way. Alright, that gets us set up. So let's proceed.
We are returned.
So the way the game works is, if you've never sort of seen the game before, and I won't spend too much time with this, but essentially you've got different units. You can see there that if I try to move into different areas, I can sort of move my way around other, like it's in tiles, so it's into like squares. But if I sort of move it up across into different zones, when I do that, it's going to take up 4 movement points. And you can see over through here, this Chaos Lord has got 4 movement points. So I can do that, but I'm sort of wasting a lateral move there before I do the diagonals. So moving diagonal doesn't sort of cost any extra movement points. Now I have to rush into there, so this is not an ideal move, but just to illustrate what does happen. You'll see it's got like the white dots, that's your movement range. And then you've got red dots, and the red dots are sort of like where the where you can then spend more whatever actions you have. So you've got like movement points, and then you've got these action points. So I can invest action points into movement to move even further, so I can move up to there. But if I do that, I then can't use either Overwatch attacks or actual attacks. So every time I do like a full-on movement like that, it's going to sort of it means that I just can't do an actual a military type action. So you've got to be you've got to weigh up whether you need the extra movement or whether you need to do other things. Now that's probably not the best unit. Let's just go to one of the legionaries. All we want them to do is to race forward and start to secure things. Now the other lines that we see there with those big circles, this is actually where their Overwatch or where their weaponry has got the best effect. And so when we have a look at the actual legionaries themselves, these are probably the easiest to have a look at. So these are, if I can run that to the end of its movement point there, so that's going to be 4 movement points to that position right there. And then again they've got 4 movement. They've only got 1 action. It's only leaders, and they've only got 2 leaders, the Chaos Lord and the Sorcerer unit. They're the only 2 that are actual leaders. They've got 2 action points, but they'll typically only have the 4 movement. So I can move that one up into that position, and then I can either reserve one for a reaction shot, which I think is what I'll end up doing in this case, or I can try to move even further forward just to sort of get closer to here, but I don't need to. I can't actually get into the zone in one go, so that's as far as I can really go. So that's sort of how that one does work. In terms of the actual heavy bolter, if we have a look and see, we can see each of their units have got like 82 hit points in through this other side. I've leveled them up a little bit, so they've got a little bit more than what they would normally have. They've got 5 armor, so it's quite simple the way it does work. So armor reduces the damage taken from enemy attacks. The effectiveness of armor is decreased by a weapon's armor piercing, and so we've got 5 ranged armor and 5 melee armor is what we actually end up having on these guys. And 5 is above average, so probably around about 2 or 3 would be sort of like an average for a lot of units. But when you're playing like a group like the Chaos Marines, you do actually have, like, these are fairly heavily armoured units that you sort of see in through here. The big Hellbrute can actually make his way into the middle there, but then can't get a shot. So, do we want to do that so we at least get into the actual target zone? Maybe we do. So that one can actually reach into there. So that one can use its 1 action point to move. This one's got 5 movement, 8 armour, so it's actually very, very strong. I'm guessing that the initial attack from the enemy will be sort of like light forces that will be trying to rush, do the same thing that we're doing. So, and then we've got the Havocs back in through here. They may only move at 4. Again, you're seeing at 5 armor. These guys here have got 6 armor and 5 movement points, so these can move a fair way. But again, I just want them ready to, if I had have moved them into the front line, we could have actually reached that zone. Maybe I should have done that with that unit. But I sort of like to keep these sort of on the flank, just to, almost as a scout type unit, to see what they can do. And you can see down through there, their actual where their weapon can go is very, very limited. So it's not really all that great in terms of firepower. But they do actually have the Astartes chainsword, which is a melee weapon. So they've got also the bolt pistol. You can sort of see there, when I hover over the bolt pistol, that's the range that it actually has. And the colours vary. You'll see there that the size of the circle will change depending on what it has to fire through. So to get to the far circle way up in front here, when I hover over that one, it means that it's actually firing through the other units, and so it's very, very inaccurate. It's not going to hit the other units, but it just means that the to hit goes right down. Also, it's got the optimal range is just 1, and so you'll see there that the bolt pistol's got a range of 1 to 3, with the optimal range just being 1. But really, in reality, 2 is probably where we want to be having most of the fights, sort of, with if we're going to be using a chain pistol, and sorry, the bolt pistol. And so this is where the second circle out is not quite as sort of like dull pink as what so the orange is the optimum for a weapon. Then sort of it then trails off from there. Some weapons hardly have got any trail off at all. Other ones do trail off fairly dramatically. And so we can see that also when we do the Overwatch. But in this case, I think, again, I'm not going to be able to make the area there. So let's just move this one across. I'll just start to sort of move it up. Now, I can sort of spot, you can click and right, you can sort of either use the G key to change the facing, or you can right click and just drag in a direction. You'll sort of see there's an arrow, which will then sort of show what they can see. So I can just have a quick scan around to see if there's anything else around me. And it is important to know, what you're looking at. So I'm going to look over this side just in case any come from in here. They're most likely all going to be coming from the opposite end, but you never really know. So that one's sort of in position. Again, I don't really need to, I could move him up one more. You can see there when I get in behind these rocks, if I go to there, it's very hard for me to hit this location with the with the weaponry that we actually have. So even from where we are currently, it's just not great. So I think what I'll do is we'll move, I think I'll use this and just get a little bit further out, because I don't think I'm going to need to use the weaponry on these guys at all in the first round. All right, so that then sort of leaves the other guys. Now, the other thing we have, and I always forget to do this, so I'm going to remember to do it this time. The Chaos Sorcerer can actually move through units a little bit, so we have a little bit of movement through there. He can move at 6 though, so you can see it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is that slow? It's because he's actually spending a couple of moves to move through these legionaries. So it's not really ideal. We're better off doing something to actually allow him to move even further. But I do want to use up one of his action points to do a Gift of Chaos, and I'm going to do it on the Hellbrute.
Conjure forth the powers of the Immatarian.
And so we've got +1 armor piercing to what the Hellbrute can then go and do. So now I've only got one more action point with the Chaos Sorcerer. Let's go to the Hellbrute now, and we'll just move the Hellbrute up to here. And I think we'll just move into the zone. I don't know if we can capture it straight away. Yeah, we can. Good. Okay, we'll do that. So he's got no more movement. So what we'll need to do now is try to protect him. Now this also then opens up the way for the Chaos Sorcerer to be able to now move up as well. And I can even move the Chaos Sorcerer into there. The Chaos Sorcerer is not super strong, so I don't really want to expose him too much. Even though he's got 6 armor, he can be targeted quite strongly. So I'm just going to move him in behind the Hellbrute, and I won't take the actual location just yet. So I'm not going to use that this one here. The Infernal Gaze is something I can use to target other units, and I'm not going to do that just, well, I've got no units to actually target. So now the Legionaries are just going to come back up. In this case, we're going to give them Overwatch to try to protect anything that comes into this far zone. And so when I go back to their bolt gun, you can see I can actually fire a long way out in front, and it doesn't really change that much with what I'm doing, but I can sort of hit the other side. Now, you'll notice also with the bolt gun, it becomes very ineffective in behind this object now. Back in here, so if something moves into there and triggers him, Unfortunately, he's going to be firing at them. Whatever the first one is that triggers him will be what he fires at. But I'm just going to do the Overwatch. And I can set the Overwatch to exactly where I want it to be. And you'll see how it trails off as well. Goes from sort of like a red, which is not going to be all that great, down to, this is sort of now becoming more, it's going to do a better job there. So I'm just going to go and do the Overwatch there for that unit. I'm going to now do the same thing in here with the with these legionaries. So they're going to be trying to protect anything it does. If they fly anything into this zone, we should then have Overwatch. If I don't do that, it'll just go to the maximum Overwatch, which is not what we want. So I just want this one here. I want to be very specific about where the Overwatch actually is. Legionaries here again as well. Now, I'm going to move, yeah, they've got legionaries there as well. I'm going to move them up. Again, just do the Overwatch to that level.
It shall be done.
Now this guy here can actually can now move into another position as well. Now I don't want to be moving really in front of the other units because these are still fairly large, even though they're just a single unit. So they will get in the way, and I can't reach into there anyway. So I might as well just keep these fairly central. I think I'll just position this one back in there. Although, yeah, I think I will actually. Well, actually, I can do that anyway, no matter which way I go. So let's just get these legionaries up as well, and do the Overwatch again, just protecting that zone through there. And the Havocs, these are going to be my main weapon, and you can sort of see there that their optimal range, I want the optimal range to be sort of in around here, maybe a little bit extended. So I'm going to move these ones right up, and they're not going to have an Overwatch. They could do the Overwatch from here. I don't think I'm going to need it. And the thing with these, they've got a special ability, which is, this is the stabilizing talons. So these guys here can actually put down talons to actually stabilize their attack. So they can sort of use this here to get, like, for each unused movement point that we actually have, we can actually lock down and actually then become have better accuracy, and that will be important in the game. So what I can do is I can move this one up, possibly to there, and not like, so it won't have any Overwatch. But the next turn I can then make better use of the stabilizing talons. So I'm going to do that. And then we've got the other ones back over here as well. So again, these, I'm going to ultimately want these to be sort of off on the side a little bit. And then these are the ones with the, these have got the actual missile launchers. So I will actually now go and give them an order to hit something a bit further back. Again, we can't see past that location. In terms of the, I think I'll move these Terminators up to make use of all of their movement points. And I'm guessing the main fight will be in the middle here, so I might just move this one up into this position.
Bloodshed follows in my wake.
Now this one has only got a bolt pistol, so he's more sort of melee than anything. So the bolt pistol's only got like a small range, but I'll just put him into Overwatch. Not that it really matters. And finally, we've just got these guys as well. These are the last of them. I'll just get these ready. We do have a bit of Overwatch there. I don't really want to be blocking. Actually, we should still be okay. Let's just move this one up into here. And so we're going to use their movement just to move them up.
Yes, master.
And we'll just scout out the other side there. So that's everyone now moved. Now if I go and press P, I can then go and see any unused unit, which is only this one here. So I'm going to leave that one where that is. There's nothing I can really do. So that's it. If I keep on pressing P, it's only one. I'll just end the turn there. So some of your units have unspent action points. Yep, Overwatch and confirm. That's just going to, if he doesn't actually have Overwatch, but that's the one that's the only unit that was actually left there.
I will force this one to suffer.
Now, as long as I don't move the actual unit and start to zoom around looking at... here we go. A bit of damage done there. So they've got like a lot of chaff units. And they're hitting the Hellbrute. Now I've got no way to heal up the Hell... Whoa, that's big. Right, so they've got swarm upon swarm here. So they're using one of their tank units. Here we are. Now we got 15 points there because so +5 unit within the control zone, +5 more units in the control zone than the enemy, and then we have +5 opponents have no units in the control zone. So that was maximum points. It was worth us doing that, even though that became a target. So what we need to do is control this area. Now you can see there's a lot of them in through this other zone, and there's a whole range of different units that we then actually get to sort of see. If I just don't have any of my units selected, we'll just go through the ones that we can sort of we can see through here. These are arco-flagellants, which are essentially they've just got flails, so they've only got like a melee attack is all that they really have. They're 55 health points, which is actually a fair amount. They move at 4. They've only got 1 armor, so they're really, really low armor. So these are quite susceptible to sort of explosive damage, and there's a fair few in the group. So what have we got? We've got 7 in the group, each group, and so every single unit gets to attack with the flail. So we want to be destroying as many of them as possible. So there's a whole heap of them. Back through here, we've got the Celestial Sacrosants, 65 hit points each, 5 armor, so similar to what we've sort of got. 5 units in the stack, and they use a mace, so a melee weapon, and a bolt pistol. Again, only 1 armor piercing, which is not going to hurt us all that much. Back over through here, we have Seraphim. These are sort of like their flying type units. These have got the Shield of Faith, Devotion. Where is it? Planetary Effect. They're all going to get this benefit of getting melee armor piercing if they can get close enough. I thought these could actually fly. Not seeing it there though. Normally it would tell you down here if they can do different things, but I can't see it there. Anyway, they're I thought they could actually move in a bit closer. So these are the Sisters of Battle. So they've got their different sort of different grouping through there. These are armed just with bolt pistols again, only 1 armor piercing, so they're not going to be all that damaging to our force. This group here, these are the Sacrosants with the mace and the bolt pistol. We saw them before. We've got a heap of these arco-flagellants, so we want to be making sure that they don't get into where they can use the flail. Each unit has got 2 attacks. So we've got 7 times 2. We've got 14 attacks at 5 to 7 melee. So it's not dramatic, but they do 4 armor piercing. These are the Battle Sisters, the actual baseline unit, and they've got the Godwin Diaz pattern bolter, and so this has got armor piercing of 2, range of 1 to 6, so long range. They do 8 attacks each, so each of the actual units, those 5 times 8, doing 3 to 4 ballistic damage. So fairly high level. Then we sort of saw here this thing here, which was potentially could do a bit of damage. There's an immolator. Again, we can sort of see all the different things that they end up having. So it's just a single big unit. It's got immolation flamers. So this one again is going to need to get in fairly close. So base damage is just flame damage, which isn't going to worry us that much, but it's still something we do want to be getting rid of. Lots and lots of hit points here, and and very, very strong armor. So this one's going to be a difficult one for us to remove. It's a transport unit, so it's can transport two different units at a time, or 6 models. So depending on what can actually, whichever one is the greatest. Blessed hull. When hit by an enemy attack, this unit gains a stack of blessed. Volatile, explodes on death. We're not going to be able to bring this one down easily. Yeah, everything else is just in through there as well. So that's all we're seeing at the moment. There is something else behind that actually did do an attack. So these guys have sort of swarmed forward. This guy is almost down, which is a problem. So I'm going to have to run him away to not fight in this next part of the fight. And we still need to sort of deal with all of these guys now. So with the Havocs that we've got, so they can actually hit, if we have a look and see, these are at 43, which is not fantastic. If I do sort of hover over that one, you can see there that it really wants to move up one more, at least, before we sort of start to get better attacks. So we'll move this one up. Still not seeing anything just yet. These have now gone to 49. It's still not fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the to hit by stabilizing. So let's put down the stabilizing talons.
Unleash our darkened fury.
And so our weapon, now we have to sort of choose what sort of weapons we're going to be sort of using in the fight. So in this case, this one just does base damage with armor piercing of 3. So it's got 10 attacks so per unit, and we've got 5 units, so that's actually 50 attacks at 5 to 7 with an armor piercing there of 3. So I could take that one on. That's 71% chance. These are harder to hit, I think, because of what they've got. But that one there I can actually go and do. So now we've gone up a little bit more, the 64%, because we stabilised. So it was a good call to actually stabilise those down a little bit. So I've got 71% chance to hit through here. And again, with the armor piercing we have, that will cause some damage to these units, which I think I'll actually do.
We're taking fire.
I don't know if we get any kills. But we did a bit of damage there, so we sort of halved their capacity. This guy here has got the ability to now use this this infernal gaze. This one never misses, so I can wipe that unit out. It will also do splash damage around the other units. So if I go and hit that unit there, it will not only kill off that unit completely, but it'll do damage to these other ones. So let's just start there.
Let flesh melt and bone turn to dust.
And that was really, really valuable. Actually, we didn't quite kill it off, so it's just a little bit down. But all of these other ones now have taken some damage. So that's one of our action points. We've still got one more action point through here. I'm going to upgrade. Which one should I upgrade? Chaos Terminators. They got the Combi Flamer. We also have the bolt gun there. The bolt gun has only got armor piercing of 2. It's not going to do a hell of a lot of damage. Only got 30 attacks with that one. Just trying to think of which one we should use. Maybe the Havocs back in here, because they've also then got the missiles. So I'll probably bring them up to this position, and so I'll actually give them the Gift of Chaos. Okay, 20% bonus hit points. Now this unit here, he does actually have the Heavy Bolter. He's got 24 attacks, armor piercing of 4. Doesn't really have great movement here, but what I can do is I can move him up and then move him down. So I can sort of ultimately just have like a single shot from there, which I think I'll do just with the bolter. Certainly took a lot of damage. Right, who else have we seen through here? We've got Retributors back in through here. These are different again. So these have got the this one here has got Heavy Bolter, which is doing a little bit of extra armor piercing. We've got another. This is the one that caused so much of the damage. The Castigator. This one's got a battle cannon. So we've got one attack. So this is the Adeptus Sororitas that we're looking at through here. So these ones do. This one's got 365 hit points, 9 armor, but it then does. This one does 93 to 125 ballistic damage, and does a lot of splash damage as well. This is a very, very dangerous unit. Wow, that's going to hurt like hell actually when that one does hit. So yeah, that's going to be a problem, a real big problem for us. It's also got twin heavy bolters as well. So that is an issue, that one. That's a big issue. And then down through here we've got Seraphim. Is that the same as... That was Seraphim, I think we saw back over there. Not sure where they are now. But these have actually power swords. So they're going to be sort of using their melee. So this is not an easy fight. So with this guy here, with the... I think I'm just going to go after these guys with his actual heavy bolter.
We're taking fire.
So we got rid of 3 from that stack. I'm now going to run him backwards. I think I'm going to have everyone else moving up anyway into the fight. So I'll just keep on trying to use him in a position where he can just keep on coming in a little bit. So let's just move him right back, and then we'll just bring him forward each turn to just go and do his own thing. Just change his facing so he's looking that way. So now we do want to be using the different legionaries. Pick that up again. And in this case, I do actually only have 40% with what I can do through there. These will be able to sort of fight. If I go and... If I move up, I do get 1 optimum. I can then move 1 back. Now, again, we want to be killing off as many units as we possibly can. What I'll do is, before I do that, I think I'll actually use these guys, these Havocs. I'll just use them up. Just make them go forward. Yeah, Seraphim and Seraphim. These are quite different.
Let us show them true power.
So I do actually have the ability here. So I'm just going to move that one up and then lock in with the stabilizing talons there again. This time we've got like different missiles. So I've got the crack launcher, which is what I'm definitely going to be needing that against this one. But I don't think I can reach that one. Only 55% chance. It will do a bit of damage, or at least it would start it. This is only a transport, so I can sort of let that one go. If I go the frag, I think I'll actually go and hit these again. The different units that are in through here, 59%. Only 46% to hit those. 59 there. God, it's tempting to just go for that one there, you know. I think I will actually. I think I'll go with the crack, which is the anti. You can sort of see there it's got like anti-vehicle. So let's go and hit this one.
Only ice and bone shall remain.
We have been targeted.
Only 1 hit. So we lost a bit, like we hardly did any damage there. Which is a shame.
Ready, War Master.
So I'm going to now bring this one across. And I do get a 56% chance here. I can sort of... these will come forward anyway, so I could just use I could just move these in. Chaos Terminators, I'm going to be wanting them. They can't go diagonally through there, but they can go diagonally through these other ones.
We are returned.
Legionaries.
Our Black Crusade begins.
I'll finish them off.
Kill them all.
These will... I think while we're here, we might as well just take the shots. Just try to kill off as many of these as we possibly can. So they've still got all of their units there. We've still got more legionaries here. So I can actually hit them. I don't get a great shot there. I'm wanting to be sort of getting a lot of different units in this area. I'll bring the legionaries into this area, because that one can actually they can still reach there and still do damage. So I'll bring this one across to this outer side, even though it's going in a bit of a roundabout way. These are more powerful than the other units that we've got. And so we're just using, we've got the bolt gun, which does 1 to 8 damage, 2 armor piercing, which is all we need. This one does armor piercing of 5. So I'm going to use the bolt gun. This one's only got 3 attacks, but the bolt gun will then sort of do more damage against this particular unit.
Tear them apart.
Still missed a lot there, actually, which is annoying. Now that one there is no action points there. This one here can still fire. No, that one can't. That one still can.
Our Black Crusade begins.
Now 2 hits are sort of not quite where they need to be. It's only 35%. I think I'm going to put this one into Overwatch. And I can sort of Overwatch either one of those zones. So I'll just go and put an Overwatch out that way. Now the Chaos Sorcerer is likely to be targeted, and I don't really want it to be, so I'm going to move it back as well. It's a very important unit for us. That's the Havocs. We've got the Raptors still on the back through here. Just going to keep them sort of off to the side. I think I'm going to keep them as a surprise element, so I'm just going to keep them where they are. So we'll just go to Overwatch. And really they're not going to be able to do much there. Now the Chaos Sorcerer, Chaos Lord can just go into here. And then we'll just do an Overwatch into here.
None shall avoid my wrath.
And the Chaos Terminators as well. And they're out of range. %. I think I'll just put these into Overwatch.
I am watching.
Alright, so we're going to have a bit of a hard time here, I think. It may have been better to have moved back and let them get some points and then just try to clean them up. But in this case, let's just sort of see how we go. If I just press P, we've still got this one here which can do the Overwatch. So let's just do an Overwatch into there. That's everyone. Alright, let's see how we go. So they're getting their action points back. Here they come. If we don't kill all of them, it's going to be a waste. And it is indeed a waste because we spent 3 units to just kill one. Here they come. Got a couple of them down. So they're in the zone now. So reasonable attacks. It's the tank that's the one that I'm more concerned about than anything. Here they come. Okay, we're down to just 2 units in there. So it's using its gun. I think it missed. One survived. Yeah, that's good. It still gives us the advantage inside the zone. So we've got 5 and they've got 3. Nope. If they can get one, no. So we've got one more unit, one more of the Black Legion guys in there. More and more of them coming in. Jeez, that's powerful.
Pathetic.
Yeah, it's not as bad, but the Chaos guys. This is why I didn't want to have the Sorcerer exposed. Yeah, I've lost one there as well. Alright, so they got 5 because they did have some units in the control zone, but we got another 10 on top because we got 5 because we were within the control zone, 5 because we had more than they had. So that's sort of where we are. We've got to get to 75. Now we're down to a bit over half there. And we now really need to start to make use of this. So I'm going to go and stabilise the Talons yet again. And then we've still just got the Heavy Bolter, which has only got armor piercing of 3, so it's not going to do a hell of a lot of damage there. If I go with that one selected, if I go and click on it, I get more detail about what's going to happen here. So the Heavy Bolter, damage is only going to be 1 to 2 times 50, so essentially we're going to do maybe, what, 70, 75 or thereabouts, really, with what we're doing. So it's not fantastic. I'm just going to go and leave that one alone for a second. This one as well, I'm just going to go and stabilise this one. But now I definitely want to be using the crack grenade, the crack one in through here. 75% chance to hit, damage 20 to 20. So we should be able to do. We've got 5 attacks going in. Maybe 4 of them will hit. 3 or 4 of them will actually hit, which will start to do a bit of damage to this tank. So let's go and do it. Let's go and hit this one. This one is a leader unit. There we go. Did another 100 there. Still got this guy as well, who can actually hit these guys at 80% damage from where he is back in here. So I'll keep them going. Like we've got them as well, 53%. That's 63. That's 82 now. 84. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of damage there. It's not great. Before we do much else, what I might do is just move this one across. I still can't, unfortunately, can't use the this one here for another turn. But let's go and give them a bit of a boost. Plus 25% damage. That may now make it worthwhile. Yeah, 2 to 3 now, times 50. So we're looking at least another 100 off this guy here. But then we've still got other really powerful units back in this side as well. Yeah, these Retributors really do a lot of damage. Now the Seraphim, we can use our Power Fist here to actually attack them. It's only a 60%, like we're not going to really do much there. If I go back to the bolt gun, it's 44%. Economy plasma is only 40%, so I'm better off using this attack against those. Well, I've still got this guy as well, which can actually hit. Hang on, I'll just grab this one here. 53% chance against the Seraphim. We've got 6 to 8 times 24. 6 to 8 times 24 there again as well. Only a 53% chance. I think I'll take the 80. Then we've got the chain axe in here. So I'll actually hit this one twice with the chain axe.
My blade shall wear your flesh.
Do that again. Oh, we missed. It did damage back. Now we do actually have these guys, which I'm going to now move in to attack in the rear. It's only a 21% chance. Wow, that's pretty bad. That's terrible. I should be able to... It could even move up. Look, with their weapon, the heavy bolter can shoot at 1. I could actually sacrifice this unit to do damage into here, to do damage to one of these, which is causing so much trouble for me. We also have the this is a Canoness, so one of their main heroes back into here as well. I've only got the bolt pistol. You know, I think I'll actually, like, the optimum range of these guys is the heavy bolter. The optimal range is 4, which is going to be trouble for them if I do move in. I think I'm going to sacrifice this. So we're just going to use the jump pack
Watch the skies.
and move into this position here. And then we'll just hit this one here. So we've got a 95% chance to hit.
This will be swift and merciless.
We didn't kill them, but we sort of started the process. So this has now become a bit more of a threat.
Let us show them true power.
76% chance to hit there. I think that because of the damage that they can do, I think that that's worth doing. Yeah, let's go and hit this one out here. Good. So we killed off that unit, which is fairly powerful. Now the Terminators. I've got this group of Terminators in here. 60% just isn't great, but it will do some damage at least. What have we got left in here? The Legionaries are going to have to be sacrificed. 41% chance there, 44 there, 59 there. We do a little bit of damage, and they've taken a bit anyway, so let's actually hit them with these. Shield of Faith does give them a bit more armor. Got rid of 1, that's what we got. Got nothing in there, that's now sort of been lost. I think I'm going to have to move, I'll move these units up into there, just because they'll have to be then sacrificed. This one's got no real thing it can... Oh, I forgot to do this. Damn it. Have I still got the Legionaries here? Now that will do a bit of damage. I can actually hit that one there. Let's go and do that. It's not going to kill them, but it will damage them quite a bit. I should have done that with the others. This one does 12 to 17. So it did a fair bit of damage there, and this one here. That's pretty much destroyed that stack. I'm going to keep this one in here. These are going to have to be sacrificed. There's no other way. So I'm going to move these Legionaries up, and unfortunately I've still got their grenade. They may be worth more than actually these guys. I've got the Combi Flamer. Let's go and use these. So the Combi Flamer is going to do a lot of damage to that one. It's going to basically kill off these guys.
I'll wrench your spine from its weak flesh body.
Oh, hang on, that wasn't the Combi Flamer. Damn, I should have used the Combi Flamer. I'm sort of screwing up in here now. So Combi Flamer is optimal range of 3. Oh, that's the plasma. I didn't bring the flamer with that one. Yeah, I've screwed up. I've screwed up again. They can't fire anymore. Just go and press P with each of them. So I've still got this unit here. I could start now. This thing, if I can blow it up, it's going to. I'm not going to be able to get it in one go. But the Cosmic Plasma actually sort of will. The optimal range is 3. So if I move across, if I just fire at this, it's 42%. But if I move up to here, I can then sort of start to fire it from here, 70%.
We have been targeted.
Just so we try to weaken it enough to maybe take it out next turn if we can. Okay, that's they're in position.
We are returned.
They're going to get fired upon. Oh, it's more powerful than I thought it was. Damn it. A lot more powerful than I thought it was. I thought we'd get away with that one. Let's just press P again.
Let me see all.
We're still going to keep this one back
Sea souls tremble as I pass.
till we need him. So next turn we're going to be able to do another blast again. That's all we have got left. Alright, alright. So, we'll need our turn here.
Face me, coward. Pathetic.
Big, that's big numbers. I'm really struggling here. Actually, this is quite a damaging group. That's nothing much.
Finally, a real fight.
Ooh, lucky.
None have ever pierced my armor.
Now they've got the advantage.
Ha! A weak attempt. None have ever pierced my armor.
They don't have as much firepower as what they need to get rid of those large guys. They did get rid of our Chaos Lord though. The battle sisters themselves are very, very strong. Oh, damn it, I let that flamer in. That is a problem. God damn. We've been crushed here, absolutely crushed.
Won't slow me down.
Alright, they've now got the advantage. Proceed. We're losing units here. Now we do actually have the ability to smash some of their units, but with this is the splash damage that's going to hurt us. Let's just start here. Stabilize this one again. So 61% chance. I'm just going to have to go with it. I think actually what I might do is give you more advantage. Plus 25% damage. That's good. So let's go for it. The crack one.
Only ash and bone shall remain.
Only 57, unfortunately. Nowhere near enough because we're too close. What about you?
Unleash our darkened fury.
It's only 6% chance. Good chance there we'll get the kill here.
Only ash and
Unfortunately, it's going to explode.
We have been targeted.
Kill all our units. We've only got one legionary left in here. Oh, that's Seraphim. That's theirs. Okay, I didn't realise that. That's theirs. That's ours, but not very many of them. Man, this is going to be tough. How are we going to get through this? Still got this guy. That's 58. If we sort of just have a bit of a look around where the best shot will be. Like, that's not bad there. Although I possibly could have gone against the immolator. Which did... Actually, they hit themselves, didn't they? Or not. Maybe they didn't.
Evasive maneuvers.
So not quite enough there.
Bring forth the souls of the weak.
Alright, so we've still got this as well. And we've got that one there. Unfortunately, we've got this group in here, which I'll ultimately be destroying. Combi Flamer. Sort of do damage to a couple of them, but yeah, that one's one of ours. I can do a Combi Flamer down this way, which will then hurt this one as well a little bit. Now, I just wanted to get that so because we're probably going to be having to blow this up. So we did a little bit of damage to ourselves. It did wipe out that, and it wiped out this. These guys are still actually very, very active. And we've wiped that one out. Let's go and hit this one now. So we've got the chainsword.
That won't slow me down.
So we'll just lock it in. This is a big battle of attrition here. And then this one's made use of everything that it can do as well. I'm just going to run this one across to this other side. So they've still got a couple of units in here. We've still got legionaries here who can't use that. Let's kill this one off.
Kill them all.
Bang, there we go. That gives me 2 units inside here now. They've got, yeah, there we go. It's now being contested. So I can bring these in. They can also fire at these at 15%. These ones here, we've got, we can kill that one off pretty easily. The combi plasma that we have in through here. If I move to there, I think that's going to give me the better shot against this one. That will then allow me to take this one back as well. They're going to do hardly any damage. 51% chance. I'll just go for it. Hardly anything, unfortunately. Alright, that's a shame. So we are now back in control of this, but not for very long, I don't think. They've still got other units coming. The Battle Sisters, for example. It may not have been the best option there. Let's just go and face out this way. Facing is important in this. Just keep on going that way. They're going to be destroying that one up, I would think, next. Just press P. Everyone's now moved. So, in we go again. In we go again. So we've got... yeah, big attack there. And the second one.
None have ever pierced my armor. None have ever pierced my armor.
get that one killed. Come on, survive. He has survived. That means they have to waste another unit on him.
Finally, a real fight.
Yeah, now they've got equal numbers in here again.
Ha! A weak attempt.
Now they've got it. We had a reaction shot as they moved. Now, what's this one going to do?
None have ever pierced my
It shouldn't be too much drama for us. Catching up. Proceed.
The warp lets me see all.
All I've got here is just the booster. So we're going to be wanting to take this thing out.
Let us show them true power.
Did a fair bit of damage, but not enough. Lock these in. I've got a 60% chance to hit that one. I'm going to be able to destroy these anyway, I think, so I don't really need to worry about that one. 59% there. 77% there with, again, about 150, so I think I'll take that one out.
Only us and bone supplement.
Yep, and it blew up the other one. So that should... We've only got one unit in there. They've still got 3 or 2. We've got 2 units in there. Okay, it's time to bring this guy back in and go after some of these. Now, the Power Fist does a lot of splash damage and base damage as well. So I'm going to bring it into here. There we go. And we'll just hit these Retributors. That's all it can do. Now I've used that one, so it's now even. And I really can't do much else with this one here other than just move it in to secure locations. We've still got this guy, so he can actually hit this one pretty hard. So there's only 3 of these available, and we've actually got good hit points in here. If I fire against this is I don't have any chance of hitting that one there. I do from there, but this is actually the one that I want to be going for. Now, did that kill them all? Not quite. That one there is 1 point left. Not going to give us the what we need. I do actually have. This one does actually have his staff, the force stave, which does do a lot of damage as well. So I'll move that one in to here. Because that'll give me the advantage. I keep on forgetting about these guys, and they do a lot of damage, which is a problem. Now I've got a 53% chance there to do not a hell of a lot of damage. Let's just go and kill this unit off. Alright, so we'll and then we'll just turn this one around to face this one here. So if I press P, we've only got these units left. And so they can go after the Canoness, which I'm guessing is now really all we can really do. So the Canoness is going to be keeping on fighting against this unit. We do have the Battle Sisters here as well, but I won't worry about them so much. Yeah, it's going to hurt. They're still going. I can't move out of the way. That one will actually attack me. You can see there's a little arrow when I go to move, so I really can't do anything else with that one. Just press P and that's it. That's everyone now moved. God, the attrition here is unbelievable. She's going to finish off these guys.
Lucky blow. You're only one.
Should be okay against the Battle Sisters with these big units.
We will endure.
There we go. Did a bit of reaction as it tried to move forward.
Ha! A weak attempt.
Oh, she's actually hit them. Still got one unit. Oh, she got an extra attack. She's killed them completely. Damn it. She had an extra move. And tried to move, or tried to act. Yeah, tried to move back. So it's using its momentum to get other shots.
We've been intercepted.
It's moving back out of the way as well. And it's going to get another turn as well. So it's using momentum, which is another aspect of the game which I haven't really explained all that well. It'll now move back in just to level it all up. There we go. So nobody gets the benefit this time. God, this has been such a battle of attrition. Now the Canoness.
Unleash our darkened fury.
71% chance to hit, 6 to 8 times 50. That should be enough to kill her off. Only got one retributor there. Big damage. Right gun for the right target there, so that was good. Now we've got two in here. They've got the Battle Sisters back in through here. And they also have these back up this way as well. I'll just go and hit these. Actually, I've got this. So I'm going to go and hit this one here, destroy them. This should now come back up. There we are. And then we can just do the physical hit here. Oh, hang on, not enough action points. That's weird. All right. In that case, you're going to have to use your power fists to do some damage in here. They're down. All right, so we're slowly whittling away here now. Now that one there, there's only one there. I'm just going to go with the frag one here. I'll just go and stabilize again. And the frag.
Let the battlefield fall to dust.
This is the last unit. Wow, that was hard. That was really hard. Jeez. Picked up a lot of points here though. I'll just read a few of the comments. So what have we got? You can feel the warp overtake me. It's a good pain. So Stormworm. Yeah, hello fellow chaos enjoyers. And then 6 saying, oof, yeah. It was a hard fight, that one. Gillette is saying the game mechanics remind me of Menace, but I prefer Menace. If all units of one side are acting simultaneously, you always get massive kills. It's better if the units act alternatively, side by side. Well, that's just the nature of the game, and again, it's up to you as to what you do with it. Like, I didn't have to rush. I could have sat back and done the attrition myself if I wanted to, but I didn't. So I took, like, it's sort of one of those things where I took a gamble, not realizing that they can actually do so much more in that first move against the big Hellbrute. The Hellbrute in the end, sort of saved the day, but it's a very, very cool game, this one. Gillette's saying, yeah, that's why the XCOM games are solve games. The best solution is always to alpha strike everything you see and not let the enemy units even have a turn. Yeah, well, it's plus creeping slowly not to attract another extra pod of enemies if you can. Anyway, there we go. So a mere wound. Yes, there we are. I'll just keep on going forward. So sorry, back on YouTube. Have you tried Sanctus Reach? Yes, I used to play that back in the day. I prefer this one now. Very comparable to Battlesector, but somewhat older. Some say it's better. What are your thoughts? I find Battlesector so much better, to be honest. Sanctus Reach, I found the AI was pretty weak, to be honest. Whereas the AI, you saw in there, the AI, that was a pretty strong attack that came back our way, and we lost a lot of units there, like a hell of a lot of units. So luckily we got the requisition to replace them. But this is, like I find this game, it's becoming so good, this game. I guess the other thing would, I now rate this one pretty close to Gladius, Warhammer 40,000 Gladius, to be honest. Hugh David saying great to be catching Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector. Yeah, it's a great game, this one. So Sod is saying cool, and Jacob saying did I see Heresy troops? Heresy, I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, the Adeptus Sororitas. Yeah, I'm not really big on the lore of the Adeptus Sororitas. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. We went to the dark side. The Heresy troops, of course. Yeah, the Black Legion. Black Legion is the optimum Heresy troop. Now I know what you're talking about. Sorry, you're talking about the lore of the Chaos Marines. Yes, so yes, we are the Chaos Marines. So Adrian's saying, what's the mechanic about the extra attack? What it is there's a build-up at the bottom as you do different things. Depending on what you do, you get what's called momentum. I'll show you that when we go into the next battle. Actually, have I got time? I've got time to start one at least. So we've got the so the mechanic about the extra attack is essentially the aspect of the like as you do certain actions, you build up momentum for each unit. Each unit's got its own counter, and when it actually hits a high level, you would have seen little chaos symbols above some of our units. That's to do with the momentum of those units. I didn't point that one out. I'll show you that when we get into it again. But that's sort of where they go. So we're now playing Adeptus Sororitas yet again. So we now are going to have to. We've done the first one, so the next battle is coming back in through here. So we've got a heap of tech tree tokens. We've got 260 requisitions, but we spent so many more. Our army cap point has gone up by another 100, so we can sort of bring in more units. We'll just go and proceed. Different units will then get different level ups, and so in this case, the Hellbrute, whatever survives, basically will get experience. So this one here is going to be doing plus 20 melee and accuracy, but less damage, and it's going to add 5% to its cost. This one here is going to do plus 10% health per turn. That's actually massive. It's going to cost me 20% more though to do it, and I get 1 extra armor. That's still worth doing. And then we've got the 10% health per turn. Actually, that one there is only 10% cost. For the sake, we're already so heavily armored anyway that I really don't think I need to spend 20%. I think 10% is fine. So let's go with that one through there. So we're going to ultimately start to regenerate now. So we'll proceed that one. It's gone up. This is the which one? The Havocs. So the Havocs were still around. So we've got this is 20% accurate range. Sorry, 20% range damage and 5% accuracy. That's good. This is 10% damage and 20% hit points per model. I don't really like these. Are generally going to be outside of the battlefield, so I don't need that one. Hit points and evasion. So it's this one here. Proceed that way. And we've got Raptors in through here as well. So these were leveled up. So the Raptors, these are the jump pack guys. Actually, so these ones did get killed off, but they still get the level ups. I guess they did fight in the battle. So we've got plus 100% shots. Now we don't really need that one, but less range damage. It's not going to help us. Evasion would be good. Accuracy goes down, but we end up with plus 30% damage. So accuracy there. I think I'll go with the evasion. And we've then got legionaries as well. So these ones are going to do plus 4.4% accuracy per momentum. That's the same mechanic. So the more momentum they have, the more accurate these guys will then get. And they have a plus 10% critical hit chance there as well. This one is plus 60% momentum gain. So again, just building up the momentum for the whatever special abilities they have. And then we've got plus 0.5 accuracy per momentum, but minus 5 accuracy. overall. That one there is the better one, I think. And we've got the Chaos Lords, have got +1 maximum range, +2 range stability. Oh, sorry, -2. It says +2 there, but -2 there. -5 accuracy, +1 armor piercing, -10, but +30% damage. I don't like any of those. I'm just going to re-roll. So it's just cost me a few requisition points to do the re-roll. 20%, get -20% hit points, but extra evasion. Don't really like that one. Actually, that takes the cost down. These are negatives. +1 awareness range. I think I'll just take that. Like, this is -10% damage. Actually, the hit points there. I might take this one here. This one actually costs less to get this one. Just, it'll keep the survivability up. So we'll proceed that one. Prophet just saying, is this the base game or is there any DLC? Yeah, I've got like all the DLC. We're playing with DLC against DLC in this particular instance. In this instance, the base game has only got the Chaos Marines, the Space Marines and the Tyranids, and then there's other DLC. I don't know if there's a special on at the moment with the. I should have had a look before I started streaming. This one here is the Chaos Terminators. We can do the same sort of deal that we saw there before, where we get the accuracy and the critical hit chance, so at 10% cost. It says -5 range stability. We've got the +30% range damage. That's actually good. Accuracy and 30% damage. I think I'll take this one here. This just doesn't add too much to the cost. And they've leveled up a second time, so they level up twice. Evasion and armor. Range damage 20% is a good one. +30% hit points per model is great. We'll go that way. Alright, so that's all the level ups. Just have a quick look at and see if there is a special on at the moment. So is it here? Yeah, 50% off. Wow. Okay, there you go. So the base game is 50% off. I thought I should have checked this before. Sorry, guys. I should have had a look. So let's have a look now. Anyway, so you got 50% off the actual base game. That's actually really good value. It's the base game does have a good campaign if you're into pre-built campaigns. You do get a lot of the you do get the other random campaigns in there as well, but you only get the 2 factions. So you only get you only end up getting the the Tyranids and the what is it? I don't know if it tells you in here what you end up getting. It's only Space Marines and Tyranids, I think, that you end up getting through that one through there. Then you can get the other DLC as well. So the DLC through here, you can see it ends up being fairly expensive. If I just go back through the bundle information that they have, so 50% off the base game is good. Now the Blood Angels Elite, these are just extra units. I think it's pretty cheap. They're at only $2. Soundtrack I wouldn't worry about. Tyranid Elites as well. These just add more units back into both of those. They're pretty cheap to grab those if you do want them. Necrons, I really like this one, so I think at 30% off, I think that's a good one. This one, these sort of just add the whole Necron group to it. The Sisters of Battle is the one that we're fighting against at the moment. Again, I like this one. The Orcs I don't like so much, but it's rated positive. Like, it's Sisters of Battle are mixed. I think they're better. You saw there that the AI using them was pretty effective with what they did. And again, the Necrons are mixed. It's funny, the ones that are mixed I like, and the ones like the Orcs I don't really like in this one. The Demons, this one's mixed. I don't really like this one either, so I don't really rate that one so much. The Demons of Khorne. The Tau, people do tend to like this one, I think. Oh no, it's only mixed there. That's interesting. I thought that would actually rate higher. Astra Militarum is mixed, but I think this one is exceptionally good. 20% off. And then you do have Deeds of the Fallen, which I think... forget what that one adds, actually. I can't remember. Then Black Legion only just came out, which is what we're playing as. So, got no idea. This one's rated very positive. I can't remember what this one does. Yeah, I'm unsure about this one. Oh, this is the campaign. Yeah, it adds 3 new units to the Sisters of Battle, which is what we fought against the Castigator battle tank. So it's more of a sort of enhancement and a campaign there for the Sisters of Battle. Anyway, that's the group, but but you'll certainly know if you like the game if you do grab the base game. I think it's. I wish it would have had a few more base units, to be honest, rather than just the ones that it does have. But it does. The base game itself does rate quite highly. As we sort of go back up and have a look. Back up through here, it's rated very positively. So 87% through there as well. It's people do like this game, which is good. Right, let's get back into it. So we've now our army is now been decimated completely. So all we got left is this guy. If we just go back into our reserves, who else have we got? We've still got one of those. We'll bring one of those back in, and we now have to go and spend requisition points on all the other ones that we sort of had missed. So we got up to 1950 now. I will take another Chaos Lord back in. Actually, before I do that, let's just go and have a look and see what we can do with the HQ upgrades. The Chaos Sorcerer is decked out. The Master of Executions I could bring in, but then I'm going to have to sort of spend... I've got 9 points to spend in total here. The Chaos Lord... Path to Glory. Vex casting unit adds 1 stack of Path of Glory. Path of Glory is another momentum stack that we sort of get playing as the Chaos Marines, which makes them sort of fight more powerfully. Target non-imperial enemy unit within 4 tiles receives a stack of Mark of the Ruinous Powers, so plus 10% damage received. Imperial enemies will instead receive a stack of Death of the False Emperor, and they end up with 15%. So going up against these Sisters of Battle, that would actually be good. If available, Fable of Chaos is consumed to add an additional stack of Mark of Ruinous Powers. Okay, that's good. Cooldown of 2. Alright, so that is something we can then go and do. I'll come back to that one. We'll have a bit of a look and see. We've got the Havocs done, we've got the Legionaries done, the Chaos Terminators done. It's the Raptors. Got the Terrifying Assault there at 4, which is a bit too much for me. Chosen we're not using. The Hellbrute. The big plasma cannon here. We need to do more against armour, and the Hellbrute's probably going to have to be the one to do that. So I think we'll go and grab... We've got Frenzy here as well. Requires and consumes Favourite of Chaos. Fixed casting unit with Frenzy. Yeah, I won't do that one, but I will actually grab that. So we'll grab the Plasma Cannon. That brings me down to 5. I could get Frenzy. I've got Obliterators up through here as well. They're 180 points. I don't think I'll worry about them either. So we've still got 5 points. Yeah, nothing on that page. So we'll go with the Focus of Hatred there. It just leaves 2 points. That'll do. So we'll confirm that. And we'll just click on Done. And so we'll just go back in. So this is the progression again with what we end up having. So this next one is going to be a Season Control against the Adeptus Sororitas. We'll just go into Army Management. Now I'm going to have to spend a lot of my points here. So we've already got one of these. We're going to go and grab a Chaos Lord. I do like the Chaos Terminators. So I'm just going to go and grab 2 of those. They were very, very useful there. Not going to worry about them. We've already got one Hellbrute. That Hellbrute's still there. Still got the 2 Havocs. I may bring another one of those back in, but let's just now just go and pick up another 4 of these. Some of the units that you get from different other stacks don't allow you to bring in, like we're not having any limitations here, but some of them will actually have a limit of what you can bring in per turn. So we're still 40 points off. So this is actually still, I'm still pretty happy with where we are here. But this one here, I would love to have had another stack of these potentially. Let's just go back up into these guys here. Now that's, no, we've got the Combi Flamer or the Combi Plasma. I'll definitely go Combi Plasma with both of those. This guy here now, we can actually sort of go and do different things. They've got the Plasma Cannon and the Multi-Melter. That one does, this one's got 3 attacks at 30 to 40 ballistic. Does splash damage as well. Armor piercing 5, this one's armor piercing 8. So if I use the Multi-Melter there, it's range 1 to 4, this one's range 1 to 7, so I can stay back further. So I think I'll grab that one. That's now sort of getting a bit closer now. These guys here are fine. I can do both of those as that's taken me up to close to where we need to be, and I can't afford to take that one up. But that was fine, just using the Astartes Chainsword. And then these guys don't have anything else, so we're pretty close again to what we had through there. Yeah, so still I'm saying, from what I understood, orcs are mainly melee focused unless you go the way of the flash gets. Yeah, it is very heavily melee, and the game, you do need to, like the Overwatch can be very, very powerful. Anyway, let's continue on. It's just, we've got everything now sort of set up for the next attack. They also get extra points. Just going to click on done. I did screw up that last one a little bit with some of the things that I didn't do. So I'm just going to go into, this is the Imperial Ruins now, and it's going to be season control. So we need to now go out and get multiple targets. So we'll go into here. Now they're still behind us, but they do actually still have these other benefits. So we'll just go and proceed. Like that last combat was pretty close. I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water, be right back. Okay, so it's building the map. So we lost a lot of requisition points there, so we went backwards a bit, but we had a lot in reserve anyway. We don't lose, the experience we get is for the class, it's not for anything else. Alright, so we've got the different groups in here. So we've got a Imperial Ruins, but still in this forest world. We do actually have that, so that's all we have. So we are still just going after a single unit again, a single area. So what we'll do is we'll play it a little bit more cautiously. We don't have as great, like we've got some real, it's going to be difficult to fight through here. So I think what we'll do is we'll target and try to eradicate as much as we possibly can in the start. So we'll go in with the Hellbrute. I'll keep the Hellbrute where that is, I think. Having said that, I really did like being able to bring it in. The Havocs, I think I'll keep them front line as well at this stage. The Legionaries, we've got Legionaries there. Chaos Lord I'll bring back. I'll bring the Hellbrute back as well. Bring Legionaries to the front. The Chaos Sorcerer back. Legionaries to up there. Legionaries. Chaos Terminators is fine. The Havocs. Raptors. I'm going to, again, just use them as flankers. legionaries there. So I'll just go and move the... I'll keep these sort of out away from everything else to start with. And then move them up as required. So we've got the legionaries, the terminators. We need to stack more to have them fan out this other side. But I can sort of just have everything sort of shuffle across. So I think that'll then work. So with the Havocs, I do want to get them over into here somewhere, you know, to sort of be able to fire in, and then the other Havoc back in here somewhere as well. That'll do us.
We are returned.
Now, momentum is this thing here. So this is momentum for us is Veterans of the Long War. So when momentum reaches 100, this unit will surge. And so surge will then do different things to different units. Like if I go and click on this one through here, I mean, surge, I don't know what surge does with this, to be honest, because what we get is that when we end up getting Veterans of the Long War, these veteran warriors have sought and found battles on endless worlds. This unit gains bonus momentum for every weapon attack action. So when we fire, we get momentum. The Adeptus Sororitas, I don't know if they get it a different way. I can't remember how they sort of get their momentum. So +3 momentum for each ranged attack, weapon attack, and +7 momentum for each melee attack. Back through here. Dark Pact, so for every 20 momentum gained, this unit receives Favoured of Chaos, and +10% critical chance, +5% graze chance when attacked. So we end up, the more momentum we end up having with our units, the better off we're going to be. If the unit already has Favoured of Chaos, then the counter overflows and is reset with no effect. So so again, we've just got the momentum counter there is from 0 to 20 essentially. So we end up essentially just building up, like the more we attack and the more we survive, the better off we... So it's almost sort of adds, well, it does add veterancy, which is exactly what the mechanic is there for us. So everyone has a different mechanic for this one. This one, I don't know if the other units will have different ways of acquiring momentum. Yeah, that one's already Favoured of Chaos. Army Cohesion. 7 of Dark Powers. At the start of each turn, this unit gains Favoured of Chaos. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, Veterans in through there again. So yeah, it's the same sort of deal through there. That's okay. So you can see this one's already got the little symbol. So it's already got Favoured of Chaos. But the more the momentum goes up, the more Favoured of Chaos everyone gets. So it's not something that it's like the Adeptus Sororitas really made good use of it. They must get an extra move if they get to do it, but we don't get that. All right, let's move off with the Havocs. Now I'm going to still move up.
Heavy weaponry on the way.
Assume that this is going to be okay. I'm just going to move this one straight up through the guts. We'll still keep it back up ultimately.
We are returned.
So we'll shuffle sideways.
Our Black Crusade begins.
It's so far away, this central area, that I'm assuming that it's not going to, we're going to be able to charge forward a little bit here.
No more continues.
I'll move the Chaos Lord up as well. He can move into that spot there, but so can these. Yeah, I'll move that one up.
Hear me come.
TMI's and saying on full momentum you can choose to either empower an ability, like not basic attacks, or surge. Surging replenishes one action point. Oh, there we go. That's what that is then. That's why they got the extra shot.
They won't see us coming.
Now, again, with this one here, I'm really in no... I'm just going to keep this one as a flanker. So I've got no real rush with this one. I just want to sort of make sure that there's nothing coming out through the other angles initially. I could have used the jump pack. This is the Chaos Lord. I'll just move it across.
Bloodshed follows in my wake.
So we now have a new ability that we unlocked for this guy. We've got the this focus on hatred, so we can sort of start to make use of this as well. But we just want to plan our attacks a little bit better than what we did last time. Legionaries, move them up.
Black Crusade begins.
It is risky running forward like this, but it does just give me a little bit extra to play with next time. And the Havocs, bring them up. So I've got a good angle through there with the Havocs.
Ready, War Master.
Bring them up.
Sea salts tremble as I pass. Conjure forth the powers of the Immaterium.
Okay, +1 armor piercing on his attacks. So that's sort of going to be with him now for the game. So we've sort of got, like, as we get Gift of Chaos to different units, they then get different abilities. Just press P. There's only the 2 heroes that can actually do anything, so we'll just end the turn there.
None shall avoid my wrath.
Now, where are they going to go? So they're directly opposite. They don't have to be directly opposite. They can be in other angles.
Enemy on the Auspex. Contact on the Auspex.
So we need to occupy the control zone. So it's similar to the other one as from before. Right, so we know that they're going to be coming through this other angle. The Havocs, you can see there the optimum range for their attack is a bit further out. They're not going to be that far off. And you can see when I go in behind other areas, see how the this is now sort of affecting what they can fire on? Like, I might as well actually go all the way out to there. Because they're not going to be coming around to flank these units, I don't think.
As you command.
But I will give a an Overwatch command here.
Time to fire.
So I'll fire up that way.
Raptors ready.
And again, we've got a turn or two before these need to be in action, so we'll just move them up. There really shouldn't be anything that comes in behind them.
On the hunt.
Just watch that way.
We are returned.
Just in case, I just want to make sure that we've got things covered here.
Advance.
Got this warp translocation. I didn't use that last time, but you know it is available to us.
I am watching. As the War Master demands. None shall avoid my wrath.
Yeah, we've got these. So I'm going to get the Havocs again just to be able to control what's going on over this other side.
Our Black Crusade begins.
I'm going to be a bit more careful than what I was last time, because I can't keep on afford to be losing units like that, like what we did last time.
True power.
Hit that one out there.
Ready, War
More legionaries. I don't think there's anything coming out the side, so I'll just keep them focused to the front. Okay, who else is left? I'm going to keep this one back a bit, like it's. I'm just going to keep it sort of like a, just back slightly, so that these actually take the damage before this one. If we need it, we're probably going to need it through the middle. Let's just move it into here. Hide it in behind the legionaries, and the Chaos Sorcerer as well. And I might just keep on bumping this unit up. And that was a treacherous gift. That's a negative. If we have a look and see what actually happened, we've got armor piercing. Then the gifts of chaos are as diverse as they are powerful. Not all gifts bring the power that it sought. So we now actually we've got +1 armor piercing, but we have a negative now of +10% damage received, which is not good. So yeah, that's not a good one. We'll end our turn there. Yep, that's okay. Overwatch confirm.
Another weakling to taste my blade.
Okay, we're not seeing them yet. We saw them here. So I think what we'll do is we'll start to now make use of the of what we have. The Havocs, I think I'll just move them up 1.
Heavy weaponry on the
Just
way.
maybe into there. We'll start to stabilize now.
Fury.
Let's bring them across.
It will be swift.
Just bring them up to sort of see if there's anything that does come this other way.
Ray out.
I doubt whether anything will come around this side. I think they'll all go through the middle here. So, we've got a few different things. Christopher is saying the Sisters of Battle are now the strongest faction in Battlesector. It seems that way. They've always been good. I've always really quite enjoyed them. Now, if we move this one up, yeah, I think I might move the Legionaries across to here.
Fate begins.
And again, just set up the Overwatch
I will punish
a
them.
little bit less accurate, but it's still going to be okay, I think. This one's going to have to fire through it, but I think it'll still be alright. I won't bring it forward. It's because you know, I'm worried about what we're going to find. Do another one. Plus 10% accuracy. Yep, that's okay.
I will punish their foolish advance.
I'm guessing they'll be running forward with those flagellants again. So I don't want to take the zone just yet until we've actually done some damage. And again, I want to just... This, I think, is the perfect place for this
Heavy
weapon.
weaponry on the way.
So we'll hook down and then attack out this way. Chaos Terminators.
Ready, War Master.
I think I'll just bring these up and then hide behind this area. Initially, just so we can do some scouting with these guys. Actually, I'll just do it a bit different. Oh no, it doesn't really... I can see more if I do it this way. So I'll bring the Hellbrood across to here.
The war lets me see all.
The Chaos Sorcerer as well. I'll just bring that one. It looked like there was going to be more coming this side, so I might sort of change this to... Doesn't really matter where I go in here. Maybe there. I might switch these guys over. Alright, we'll just leave that one where that is, and then just bring this one across into here. So not rushing in just yet to claim this, just until we can get some attrition. Now, what will we see? Here they come. So that was a bit of a waste. Another waste. But at least we're getting the attrition now. I mean, we're saying sort of... Unfortunately, we're wasting so many points on these guys. God, it's still alive. We're wasting so much time. Yeah, we've got one stack.
Prey detected on the Auspex.
Here they come. Here they come. Yeah, they are coming that angle that we thought. Yep, so we've got more powerful ones back over there.
Enemy on the Auspex.
Right, good. And they didn't get to fire back, so this now gives us a bit of an advantage. So Christopher is saying that... So issue Factory Worker 1 is saying, is this what the Warhammer board game plays like? I've got no idea, but Christopher is saying it comes close to the board game, but the board game is more difficult. That last one was pretty hard. Okay, we've got -5 enemies in the control zone. Just go and proceed. I'm going to have to get going fairly soon, guys. I didn't realise that it was this time. So we have different groups coming in. Now, what I need to do is I need to scout ahead and start to sort of see who's who and where they all are. Got Battle Sisters, Dominions. We haven't seen them before. These have only got Storm Bolters that only do 2 armor piercing. Optimal range of 3. Let's just keep on moving up. Still not seeing any tanks or anything. So these are... Oh yes, there we go. There's the Castigator tank. So that one is out of range. It's going to have to move in. And I'm thinking we move up one more, maybe even into there.
Let us show them true power.
Do have a 60% chance to hit that one. The Chaos Terminators, again, we've got the different groups that can now sort of see different things. I can move. We've got the one tank there. They're not going to have any more than one, I don't think. I've still got units in there. Now, if I go and hit that one, I get all of those. Let's just move the Legionaries up.
Crusade begins.
How far can I move that one? So I need to move up 3.
Sea souls tremble as I pass.
So, oh wow, there's even more. Now, it's whether I go there or there, it's still going to do... That one there is... Actually, that one there is even better.
Let flesh melt and bone turn to dust.
Big damage. That just gives me a little bit of a head start now against all of those different units. And I'll now move back. So that's the first of the big attacks. Actually, and what I will do is just go and give the Gift of Chaos to this unit here.
Conjure forth the powers of the immaterial.
Plus 10% accuracy, nice, that's good. hit this one. Behind full cover. I'm just going to use a... do I want to move up a bit? I'm actually pretty good where I am, to be honest. So I'm just going to go and lock down the stabilizing talons here. And I'm going to use a frag cannon here, I think. So this one will do a bit of damage. But there's also splash damage with this. So we do splash damage 9 to 12 times 9, so with armor piercing of 2. So that one actually against these flagellants will actually do a good job. Just got Battle Sisters, we've got the minions there which aren't too terribly good. 63, 73 there. 73 there as well. 84% over there for those Dominions. And we get momentum 4 per model killed. So you'll see down through here, we've got 2 momentum at the moment. I think I can get the kill there. The damage is better there. So let's just go and wipe these out for now. Didn't quite wipe them. Did do a lot of damage though. So again, I just want to get the attrition up.
I hunger for war.
So move these up a little bit.
Let them hear me come.
It's only 33%. Yeah, I've got better shot there. %. So we do actually have, I've got the bolt gun. This one, I've got more attacks in here. So I can actually do better damage. It's only a 48% chance there. The combi plasma is more against the vehicles and the higher level guys. But if I just use the bolt gun, that should be fine here.
Tear them apart.
Yep, so we've wiped out that little group. And we'll now just move back again as well. Then we've got the legionaries. I think I'll still go after these flagellants. It's not that much different to move up one. I might even move across just to start to sort of be inside the zone.
Crusade begins.
Actually, I've got the frag grenades. It's out of range. These are going to become targets, of course.
Grenade out.
Just start to do damage to them. Won't waste another grenade on those. Now the Hellbrute, I really want the Hellbrute to take this thing out. The Hellbrute does have a fair degree of movement. So that one there is a range of 1 to 7. So if we have a look at this one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can actually hit it from back in here somewhere. Let's just get it where we've got nothing really in the way. Yeah, it's only 50% chance. But I think I'll still just have a crack at it. Nice, all 3 shots hit. Now they're picking up the Sisters of Battle. Actually get they get momentum based on their on what they get. So they end up getting more momentum when they get hit. So they're like this guy's. This one's almost ready to surge because it's been hit so hard. So they sort of like the pain. Now going to move this guy back again. So we need to wipe this one out. So we took a bit of damage off it. The Havoc's 52% chance there with a crack cannon. It's not fantastic, but it's probably our best option is really just to focus on this one here. Let's just go for it.
We have been targeted.
Did a little bit. Did another 60. So we're getting it down, which is a good sign. Actually, I didn't stabilize. I'll just stabilize now. I should have stabilized first. We'll move this one up. Well, we just save the what we have. In check, you're still there with the damage there. This one has now gone above 20, so it's now got the Veterans of the Long War. The momentum is now above 20, which gives them a little bit of an advantage. So we get plus 10% critical hit chance. So if that one survives, it's going to be good. And we still actually have these as well, and we have the Chaos Terminators. Now, I think I'll move the Chaos Terminators up into here. So we'll just create like a line through here. We'll go after the Dominions. These have got 4 armor. So I could use the bolt gun, but I think I'll actually just go for individual units here. Yep, so we got rid of 1. And we've still got these legionaries back in through here as well. 64%.
Kill them all!
Suffering for him is an honor.
So they'll be coming in now to do a bit more damage to us. Now the Chaos Lord and the big Hell Brute is going to be targeted by this guy when they get seen. I might move the Chaos Lord over to here just so it is seen and then becomes a target.
Bloodshed follows in my wake.
I don't have enough movement to affect anything else back over there.
Shall be done.
So I'll just use the Overwatch, which won't really be able to do anything. Okay, we'll just press P. So these guys can also make use of their Overwatch. I'll just move them up,
Try to keep up.
just so we can sort of see if there's any other units here that we'd really need to be concerned about.
Send the prey our way.
Go that way. Alright, that's everyone moved, so we'll end our turn here. Here they come. These will become a problem. They're using an ability now to sort of move past our units, I think. There's a lot of them. Still alive. Not for long. So they're in behind us now. Swarming. I'm losing units now. So they're down, they're out. Yeah, another one down.
None have ever pierced my armor.
So still pretty big attacks coming in with what they're doing. They're all over this one. should have stayed back a little bit more. Yeah, we've lost now 2 legionaries. Get rid of that guy. That's nearly all our legionaries in one go. Okay, plus 10 allies within the control zone. Yep, and minus 50% enemies within control zone. So they've picked up 15 points. We're in trouble here, guys. We're in trouble yet again. Seem to get in trouble an awful lot here. We've got a 67% chance to hit. Let's just stabilise again. And this time we've got a still 67. Didn't do any more. 38, 32. Now, as I move across, they're going to have other damage that they can then go and do. It's 36%. 62. Let's just go that way. Okay, it's down to 72, which means that we should be able to clear it out with this. Just stabilise again. Get the crack. 71%. There we go. That blew up and damaged these guys a little bit. Now, so I'm really sorry, guys. I'm going to have to actually get going. So I'm going to have to save where I am. And because I actually have I've got to, I should just save it into the second one down in here, I think. I should put another one down this way. This one's from 2 years ago, so I'll save it into that one. But that's, yeah, I've got to race off, go for a swim, so I'll have to leave it there. Unfortunately, we didn't get that one finished, but it was, we are again going to be struggling with this one, I think. So we'll just go and click on done. Or back to the main menu, I guess. But yeah, it's a really cool game. Actually, it's and it's at 50% off for the base game. Yeah, well worth a buy, I think. And then again, just be selective with the DLC that you pick up. But I do really like the Necrons as well. They're 30% off at the moment, so I think they're a good buy as well. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back again tomorrow.